No, it's opening. It's now, live now, and they'll be posted immediately after.
Hey, I'm Gary Payton at the Seattle Supersonics.
Sorry, Jim.
Hey, Peter with the Seattle Mariners.
Jermaine Curse.
Cliff Averill.
Nate Burleson. You're watching NorbCam.
NorbCam. You're watching NorbCam.
All right, what's up, guys? This is NorbCam. Sorry for the delay in the show, but I was having a few technical difficulties, but we are happening now. And I see that we got the chat room. The chat room's happening. And, in a moment here, I'm going to bring up a special guest, Sports Live in the ATL. We're going to talk about this Seahawks-Falcons game. But first, I just want to thank you guys for coming in. And I want you to be part of this show today. So call in. The number here is on the screen, 515-739-1219. Enter the code 696153, and you will be put in the queue to join in, and I will bring you guys up as I get the opportunity to have you talk. So as you can see, the live stream window is happening as well. It's going to be hard to keep up with all the chats that are coming in, but feel free to put it in. It's being recorded onto the video so everyone will be able to see your guys' chats on the screen. So put it up there. Everyone will be able to see it after the fact. But just to set the ground a little bit here, again, it's a huge game coming up here. Monday Night Football, Seahawks-Falcons in our house. And man, I can't say how much this is a huge game for both teams. And we both are coming off wins off of the last week. Seattle had a win against the Cardinals, and the Falcons kind of got back on track. But hey, without further ado, I want to bring David in. So stand by here. Let me make sure everything is working. Pot up his mic here, and let's do this thing. So stand by. Let's make this working. There we go. There it is. David, Sports Live in the ATL, also known as SLITA. David, can you hear me? Are you happening here? Are we happening? All right, it's happening, man. Just making sure that everybody can see and hear what's going on. So it's good to see you again, man. It's been since actually last time we talked was after the Super Bowl 51, which we all remember how that went. I've just got to ask you, how are you feeling? That video took off. We had a lot of views of your and I conversation after you guys lost blew that lead in Super Bowl 51 and should have won that game and did not. But a lot of people saw your pain, felt your pain talking about it. How are you doing like 7, 8 months later now, 9 months later? How you feeling about things? Have you put that loss behind you, or what's the real pain that that you've been able to deal with since that loss? How you feeling now today? I did. There's not enough descriptions what happened there. Yeah. Sean Rigdon. He says he misses SLITA and NorbCam talking before the Falcons-Seahawks game. Hey, I appreciate it. Norb is a very knowledgeable person, loyal, and when I came across this channel, I enjoyed the fact of being able to talk. Sean, you're a shot, man. Hope you enjoy this. Hey, I want to say something real quick before you continue. Sorry to cut you off. Just so you guys know, if you guys do call in, make sure you call and stay on the line. Don't hang up and keep calling. I won't get to you. I'm going to answer the calls in the order it was received. So stay on the line, and then I will be able to get to you guys. So just hold tight and be patient. The longer you're on there, I'll get to the calls that have been waiting. So there are calls starting to pile up here. So anyway, this is the first time, David. This is kind of cool because not only I got this new call-in thing going on, it's live, going right to the internet, but now I'm doing a call-in and talking to you live. And at some point, I'm going to put you on with speakers. Go ahead. What's that, man?
We are currently experiencing technical issues.
Oops, sorry, man. Hold on. What the heck? Oh, man. All right, sorry, guys. For some reason, the conference call just crashed. I lost everybody on hold, so
Not hear everyone.
I got to rejoin this. Sorry, I just lost all the calls. It's never happened before. I'm having all these kind of bugs. Sorry, man. Live stinking TV. Let me ask you guys, can you hear David okay? I see some people commenting saying they can't hear you. I'm going to try to turn you up a little bit. Boy, we're having more bugs than the bait store, man. It's been crazy around here. We had weather, windstorms, people losing power. We're lucky to even have power tonight right now. So anyway, can you guys hear SLITA okay? I'm asking the folks out there. Anyway, we got callers back. We can't hear the dude, he says. Let's try something. Let me try it old school style. David, are you still on there?
Yeah, well, you still hear me, right?
All right, you know what? I'm going to do it old school. I'm just going to put you up on the speakers, and they can hear you through the mic. All right, can you guys hear this?
Right?
There we go. Can you hear David, you guys?
Blah, blah, blah.
Okay, that's better. All right. Well, I'm glad I got that figured out sooner rather than later. So, all right, hold on a second. All right, David, let me have one more thing. I'm going to just get in here to this conference because I don't want to lose everybody.
Sure.
This is live TV at its best or at its worst, depending how you you look at it.
You are still, sir.
That's
If you are
crazy.
the host, please enter your.
All right, I think I got it.
There are 4 participants in the conference.
Okay.
That's it?
All right, there we go. Well, let's go ahead and disconnect everybody. Everybody had to recall. So, okay. All right, David, sorry to interrupt and mess your flow. But you were saying, I think we were talking about that you recovering from that loss.
Yeah. Yeah, that right there is one that you never get over. But what makes it more painful, Norb and everybody, is that there's no guarantee now that we're going to get back. So, you only get so many opportunities. But it's just one you just got to put behind you because despite the offensive struggles of our team and I blame it strictly on our offensive play calling, Steve Sarkisian is horrible. But with that said, the plays that we have had, we still have not made most of them. So, but we're still in it. We're one game behind you guys. We're neck and neck. Just got to go week by week, man. But I'm doing good, man. But I'll never forget about it.
Well, and as many people have seen on that video, I was rooting for you guys to beat the Patriots just because I didn't want to see the Patriots win another one. But that was then. This is now. You are now back to public enemy number 1 this week because you guys stand in the way of us taking care of our business. So, and we stand.
Just like this right here. Just like this. Remember?
Had to bring that one up. That was last year's divisional game, was it not?
Yeah. Well, would you like me to pull up 2012 maybe too?
No, that's okay. That game last year, and I know there's ifs and buts and all that stuff. There was a point in that game we had the lead, and we had a Devin Hester punt return that was taken down inside your red zone, called back because of a stupid penalty, and I'm convinced had we gotten that and scored, different game.
Penalty. Hey, let's remember in Seattle where we're going up there Monday night to win, we got robbed on a penalty no call. I'm not saying I'd blame the refs for the call. I'm saying the guy did the. Oh, go ahead and blame. You can be sour grapes about that for all you want. Blame that referee. I hope he's not doing the game Monday night.
But anyway, what I'm saying is that because we committed a stupid penalty, we shot ourselves a foot, and then after that we got a safety. It led to a score, and then the tides just totally turned. But anyway, that was in the past.
36 points. Hey, you know how it is.
Yeah, well, things change on a dime, and a game can suddenly get out of hand. But hey, let's talk about this year because that was then. This is now. You talked about Sarkisian. I know very much about Sarkisian because he was our UW Huskies coach for a while, and we've had our frustrations when he was here. So but you guys. Kyle Shanahan went on to the 49ers. I mean, things have changed with you guys, just like things have changed with us. But this is an interesting point in our seasons because both teams, I would say, are not playing up to our best. Would you not agree?
Yeah, I agree.
But you guys did have a good win, and I was like, damn, they had to be picking up and getting back on stride just in time for us, because you guys were struggling for a couple of weeks there. Same with us. We're losing to the Redskins in a game we should have won. And then
that was a home game, wasn't it?
that was a home game, which we beat them in every aspect except for the score, but that's the only one that matters.
You know what? You can beat someone up all over the field. What matters most is the final score.
Yep. So anyway, let's talk about this specific matchup.
Right.
A lot has happened since that brutal Thursday night game. We lost Richard Sherman. We lost Dwayne Brown, who we just got to shore up the offensive line. He may be out. CJ Prosise went to the IR, which is no big shocker there. Jaron Reed may be out. Earl Thomas is questionable, probably going to play questionable. Cam Chancellor might be out with the neck stinger. And there's more. That's just the tip of the main iceberg.
All those question marks going into Monday night?
Yep. We'll know tomorrow. Tomorrow's the official, the injury report comes out. But it's going to be, I'm not going to lie to you. We're going into this facing some of the toughest challenges we've ever had. Our secondary possibly down to only one, with maybe just Earl Thomas, and question if he's even at 100%. So we're going definitely into this game with probably the most injuries. We're heading the home stretch.
And you know very well what we're capable of on the offense. But like I said, with the fact of Sarkisian's play calling up, off and off, you really don't know what's going to happen. I mean, I'll be quite honest. When it comes to injuries, I never wish injuries on anybody. And even though I'm not a Sherman fan, he brings entertainment. He brings out the best in our players. Remember 2012, we were Roddy White, all that, whatever that was. And, Roddy White went back at him, touchdown. I like competition. I like to beat teams at their best. When it comes to Seattle, Atlanta, and everybody, some players that we for you guys and whatnot. I don't like any excuses, but right now we need to win. We need to keep winning. You guys need to keep winning, and I want to do a payback for what happened last year. I want to go up there and win. Yep.
Well, hey, so we do have a wager on this game, and we'll release that a little bit later in the thing. But let's get to some calls, because people have been patiently waiting. So I'm going to pull up some callers here. Hopefully we can all hear each other. But no, let's go to the 208. What's up? You're live with NorbCam. Who's this, and where are you calling from?
It's Cody from Florida.
Cody from Florida. David, can you hear that too?
Yeah, Dade County or Broward County, sir. I know it very well.
All right.
So what's on your mind? What's your question?
I really hope Cam Chancellor does miss the game, because our third round pick, Delano Hill, I'm actually kind of excited to see what he does, because this is also one of the higher drafted safeties we've had in the Pete Carroll era.
Oh, I agree. When I first looked up and researched Delano Hill, potential strong safety, I said this could be Cam Chancellor's replacement. And now it's like, careful what you wish for, because he may be doing that indeed. I wouldn't go as far to say I would want to see him in place, because Chancellor had an awesome game against the Cardinals last week. He had, I think, 10 tackles, got that safety against Adrian Peterson in the end zone. He was playing lights out coverage, playing like the old Cam. And then to see him go out with a stinger with the last 2 minutes or so of the game was just brutal. So, we need him, but we may not have him. So if it's going to have to be Delano Hill, I hope he steps up and does what he does, because, he's got a lot of promise. But I'm bummed to see the LOB, just cut to shreds right now. It's a brutal time for Seattle defense right now.
Great. I love it. Now Julio and Gabriel and everybody can just go missile down.
Well, we'll see, man. I mean, you guys do have a potent receiving core, and then when Matt Ryan's got time in the pocket, he can be deadly accurate. And that's the thing, is we got to keep him from having time.
The guy who just called, I really did not hear what he said, so I don't know if it was. I heard kind of, sort of.
Oh, okay. Well, he was talking about safety Delano Hill, who got drafted this year. He's a rookie, but he's kind of the guy behind Cam Chancellor. He wants to see him play. So he's actually saying he'd rather see Cam Chancellor not in the game so he can see what this guy can do. I was like, this is a Monday night against a...
Is he fast and strong like Cam is?
He's not as big, right? Not as big, but he's a baller. He's a baller.
So Cams can exploit him. Okay.
More of a run stuff in safety like Cam, but he's a little bit shorter, a little bit smaller, but faster. So I think that could help us cover guys like Taylor Gabriel and the running back Comin. maybe.
Yeah, he was good at
What's
the
your name,
run.
sir? What's your name? First name.
What was your name again, man?
Cody.
You hear that? That's
You say
Cody.
Cody?
Cody.
Well, shout out from Atlanta to Cody in Florida. Welcome to the show.
All right. Well, thanks for calling, man. We're gonna take another one here. Appreciate it. Go Hawks.
We got any Falcon fans out there? ATL fans.
Yeah, you're not gonna have any Falcons fans on here, man.
Yes.
Sorry.
Albert.
Let me go to somebody from the 253, my neck of the woods. Yo, what's up? This is NorbCam. Who's this and where you calling from?
This is Cody from Bonnie Lake. How's it going, Norb?
Cody from Bonnie Lake. What's up, man? What's on your mind tonight?
Another Cody.
I just wanted to ask, what did you think of that Thursday night game? Because just not including Seattle, but Arizona too. DJ Humphries, I think he dislocated his knee. So, what are your thoughts on those the Thursday night game?
Well, you're probably talking about the safety aspect for players playing on Thursday nights.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I think if player safety is really the focus, I do think that these games are dangerous. The players obviously don't have enough time to rest from the previous game, and anytime you're playing where you're not fully rested, your body's kind of still healing up, the chances for getting injured is higher, of course. Now, you can't blame every injury that happened that night on being that it was a short week. If you get your ankle rolled up on like Dwayne Brown did, that wasn't to blame because it was Thursday night. Russell Wilson getting clocked in the chin, Thursday night had nothing to do with that. But I think guys who do get hurt, if their body isn't healed up, it's possible that their body just isn't quite, in the right position. The muscles haven't quite completely healed and not at full strength. And that's where I think it's possible that, certain types of injuries are more likely on a Thursday night game. So, I enjoy watching them, but if they got rid of them because they thought they'd be safer, I'd be okay going back to Sunday and Monday only. It's just, it sucks to have so many stars going down with injuries, you know what I'm saying? So, I think it's something they got to explore because it sucks. I'm not gonna say it just because we had injuries. There have been a lot of other teams, including the Cardinals that night, and other teams before that who've suffered injuries, and especially late in the year. This is where everybody's already beaten up, and now you're really asking them to push a lot in these last 8 games of the season. David, you got any thoughts on the Thursday night games?
Yeah. If anybody calls in, I might have an answer to whatever questions are going from my perspective. I've never been a fan, Cody. I think that is the thing. Thursday night football games, because generally it would normally take 1, 2, probably 3 days to heal, and then you figure your week pretty much cut into like 2 days. From Sunday to prepare for Thursday. I'm not a big fan of football games. I think they're some of the worst games, and I also believe that injuries happen more on Thursdays more strictly because there's not enough time to recruit. But players nowadays are so strong. I don't know if it's their workout regimen, that it's too strict or whatever, but so fragile nowadays. Have you noticed? I've never understood that. I don't know how Sherman hurt himself. I'm not a fan of that. Man, it seemed like a simple plant. He hurt himself.
Well, Sherman had already been dealing with a Achilles issue that he suffered, I think, in the Rams game, he said.
He suffered it against the Rams.
Yeah, so it was on the injury list. So he basically had been nursing it for several games, and it finally popped when he made that hard cut. So, as he said, it was going to happen at some point. He was just hoping he can make it through the season.
Yeah.
So, injuries are part of it. Every team's got them. Look at the Packers without Aaron Rodgers, and look what happened to the Texans without Deshaun Watson. These teams aren't anything what they are normally without their quarterbacks, and it sucks because nobody wants to watch the Packers now because without Aaron Rodgers, it's not a good product. And so,
because I had Aaron Rodgers on my fantasy team, and I was kind of disappointed that he went down. But let me ask your caller a question, Cody. Being from the fact that Falcons obviously are not in division, but we do play quite a bit, it seems like. And this is to any Seattle fan, do you kind of consider Seattle-Atlanta a rivalry now? Do you get pumped up when you play us? How do you feel being a Seattle fan about Atlanta beating you twice?
Did you understand his question there, Cody?
Yeah, I couldn't hear the last part.
Oh, he just said, yeah, I know we're having the audio on the Skype isn't so great right now. Working on that. But he just said, do you consider the Seahawks-Falcons kind of a rivalry now?
Oh, yeah, I definitely think so, especially since we played them, we played them in 2012 in the divisional round, and then we played them last year. I
I'd say they're definitely a big competition in the NFC and starting to create a buzz, I'd say.
Well, let me just add to that. First of all, you guys have knocked us out of the divisional round twice, so that's enough. That's enough for a rivalry for me. Yeah, you got to go point that out. But but they've been good games. I mean, they've been good games to watch. And so you like rivalries. You like rivalries.
Good games, as in what perspective?
Well, they were up. That last game that you're showing on the screen behind you got ugly near the end there. But for a while, we had the lead. It was back and forth until things kind of poured on the wrong way. So I should get that back. The 2012 game was awesome. Could have won that one. 2016, not as great as the way it ended, but
Oh yeah, don't get me started on that. Julio Jones and company are hopefully not going to have that same referee in this ball game. Because look, let's be real. I hear it all over ESPN, the news media. They say the Patriots get a lot of calls. The Seahawks get a lot of home field calls. I'm not saying that's the reason why we lost, but the way we were blitzing, throwing the ball over the place, scoring at will, and the call was so obvious. So,
Dude, you gotta let that go, man. You're going like way back and over a year ago. Let it go. We're moving on from that. And look, Seattle's got more penalties than anybody else in the league. We're like one of the most penalized teams as it is. So we pay the price when we don't execute correctly, and I'm gonna bitch to the refs about it. Although some of those calls were suck.
And I hope it continues on Monday Night Football.
All right, hey Cody, thanks for calling, man. We're trying to get you a few other calls here. Appreciate it, man. Go Hawks.
All right, thank you.
All right, let's see, who do we got here? Let's go to another caller. Somebody from the 952 has been very patient. Yeah, what's up? Who's this and where are you calling from?
It's Brandon from Minnesota.
Brandon from Minnesota. Didn't you call before?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. Hey, Brandon, what's going on? What's on your mind tonight?
I've been watching NFL Network recently, and they saying we're going to get the 60 in the playoffs, but if the Rams start losing, man, I don't think so. But I just want to get your take.
Well, everybody who's predicting how things are going to finish don't know what the hell they're talking about. Because right now, we have probably one of the most exciting NFC races we've seen in a long time. And I think it's great. It's stressful because I'd rather just be like the Eagles ahead of everybody with a lot of cushion, but we're not. We're looking up, chasing just like the Falcons are. But you got the Eagles who are flying high with a pretty easy schedule. You got the Rams who've got a pretty tough schedule. And that's the one we got to worry about is the division game. But you got the Saints who are looking like on fire, like back in their Super Bowl run. You've got the Vikings who are like, who saw that coming with Case Keenum? It's like, what the hell? So that's interesting. I don't think that's going to last, but we'll see. And then you got the Panthers, you've got the Falcons, you got us. I mean, it's a bottleneck race here. So the way I look at what's great about this is it's like, it's playoffs already. This is playoffs now till the end of the season. Because you lose this game here, you're potentially knocking yourself out of the playoff race. Don't you agree? I mean, SLITA, you got to be feeling a little pressure here. You don't win this game, your playoff chances drop tremendously too, right, David?
Yeah, well, for me personally, I feel, for the fact of 7 games, look, if you're 5-4, you got 7 games to go. What, the playoff mark for anybody to make the playoffs is usually 7 wins, 7 losses maybe at most. So you have to pretty much run the table, maybe slip up 1 or 2 times. So, and I honestly believe, and through experience with the Falcons, sometimes gliding through the regular season, getting that number 1 seed like we did in 2010 and 2012 does not really guarantee. I think maybe sometimes it takes away the aggressiveness, the focus that you have. Because when you're fighting for 6, 7, 8 weeks to get into the playoffs, you think you're playing your best football. I think it prepares you better. Actually, you're in a closer way than if you're blowing out. I'm not sold on the Eagles. I'm not really sold on the Rams. I would be, but sometimes it's just not always the best.
Yeah. Hey, David, are you using your phone for the Skype? You are, right?
No, I'm using the Skype.
Or the pad. Just if you can move it a little bit closer. There are times when your voice cuts out because I don't know if it's like a noise reduction thing, but just try to be a little closer that way. I can hear you. It's just there are times you kind of disappear. But anyway, is that all you had on your call, man?
No, I had something else to say to David.
Yeah.
Can David hear me?
He can hear you.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, hey, David, y'all beat the Cowboys this week and Tyron Smith weren't playing. Y'all would have won that game if they were playing. True, I'm just facts.
What's your first name, by the way? Who am I talking to?
Brandon from Minnesota. I'm just telling.
From Minnesota, Sports, I will answer your question, sir. Thanks for calling in. Unlike a lot of Atlanta fans here, I'm realistic to know what it took for us to win. We haven't been playing great offensively, and it took to get our top starter for us to put up the numbers that we did. Do I feel that we beat Dallas? Yes. Do I feel like it helped us out that they were out? Yes. So I mean, we have to.
But I mean, I would say your defense played good. They played good on defense. They did.
Yeah, we did. Well, Atlanta, Brandon, has been playing good all year. We just haven't look because people are focusing on our offense. Now, when it comes to playing down the stretch, I want to play like this week in and week out. To go up to Seattle, we need to have an A game. We need to because as Dan Quinn was saying in the press conference today, Atlanta and Seattle are kind of the same team. So it's going to be a tough game.
Y'all would have beat Carolina if Jones caught that pass.
But to be quite honest, I don't even see. People always love to go looking back at passes, what if, could, should have. Suppose Julio caught the ball. Then maybe we didn't have a chance after that. So people look at points and be like, okay, if people caught the ball, we would have won, or possibly we don't know what would have happened after. So,
yeah, that's true, but
good luck on Monday night, sir, and good luck to Seattle the rest of the way. But I want to go up there and get revenge from last year's breakfast.
All right, hey, Brandon, thanks for calling in, man. Appreciate it. Go Hawks,
Thank
baby.
you, Brandon.
Go Hawks, baby.
Going.
All right, so it's gonna be fun, man. David, when we planned this last year, David was gonna come up and watch the game in Century Link. Unfortunately, doggone it didn't work out because of the job situation and stuff. So you won't be up here watch it together. That would have been a hell of a time to be sitting there side by side watching this game, but. I'll be broadcasting live. You can watch it. We can talk about it afterwards. We got a little bet we still got to do. But it's going to be a good game. I mean, all those injuries aside, I think we got some guys coming up who can do some things. We got Byron Maxwell back, who was on the street after playing for the Eagles and then Miami. He knows our system better than anybody. He had a workout with the Falcons. And, David, you're not too happy with that fact or what?
No, I'm not. But apparently Dan Quinn knew something that you guys don't.
Well, we'll see. But, desperate times require desperate measures, and we're in a desperate situation right now. So,
we're not desperate right now for cornerbacks because Jalen Collins should be coming back. I'm not sure if he's coming back from this game or not. And just so you know, guys, Devontae Freeman is ruled out for the game in Seattle. So he's not going to play, but you got a lot of guys to worry about. Don't worry about just Tevin Coleman. Worry about Teron Ward, coming out of the backfield too, guys. That's runners.
Yeah.
Runners.
I won't lie to you that it doesn't break my heart to know that Freeman's not going to be out there because that guy's a baller too. So, but again, injuries for every team. That's just kind of the way it is. But hey, let's go to. I think this is a familiar name here. Go to the 646. I'm going to take a guess. Hey, this is NorbCam. Is this David?
You bet. My two favorite YouTubers. How you guys doing?
Gangrene David, who did a little thing with SLITA not too long ago, a few weeks ago. Welcome to the program again, David. I always can count on hearing from you. We got the trifecta here. We got SLITA, we got Gangrene, and NorbCam all on one conference call. How about that? Amazing technology. Anyway, what's up, man?
What's up, David? How you doing, man?
Hey, how you doing, David?
I'm doing good, man. Hey, I keep following your videos and no hard feelings for going up there and smacking you around a couple weeks ago.
I'm sorry, David. I barely heard you on that. What'd you say?
I say, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Okay, well, what I said was no hard feelings from going up there and beating you down a couple weeks ago in New York.
Oh, listen, man, it was a great game. We had our own brutal loss on Sunday with our offense just playing unbelievably terrible with the amount of penalties and the amount of quarterback hits and pressure put on our quarterback. It was just an unexcusable game on Sunday. And
David, one question that I have to ask about your team. When are you guys ever going to get an offense again?
What are we getting an offense? Is that what you asked?
Yes, you guys haven't had offense for a long time.
I think what our owner is really trying to do is he's really trying to build around young talent. So right now, since we're in a rebuilding year, this offense, I mean,
it's not perfect and it's not top notch, but it's definitely emerging with the young talent they're developing with players like Riley Anderson, with players like Jermaine Kearse, who we acquired from the Seattle Seahawks and who I love watching there. Players like Austin Severian Jenkins, and even our running back core under veteran leadership of Matt Forte and Bilal Powell and a young running back Elijah McGuire. We're trying to build around that young talent right now. And
look, speaking of the offense, I'm sorry to bother you because you mentioned Bilal Powell and Matt Forte. Can you guys please decide who you want to play every week? Our fantasy team bounces around between Forte and Bilal Powell, and I don't know who to start this week. It drives me nuts.
Which running back are they going to feature? Is that what you're saying?
You got to decide what you're going to do. You're killing me. I start one scores. I start the other one scores. Come on, work with me.
See, that's the thing with fantasy, man. Fantasy starts getting people all crazy because you take interest in things you really should have no business being interested in, right? Like when would a Falcons fan give a crap about what's happening in the Jets' backfield? But because of fantasy, they do. What's your answer there, David?
I didn't hear the question.
I just want to know that which of those running backs are they going to actually start because it's driving David crazy on his fantasy team. Can't decide which of those backs to play.
I think for the next few weeks, they're probably going to stick with Bilal Powell because Matt Forte is dealing with some swelling in his knee from that surgery he had. So stick with Bilal Powell there, buddy.
You got that, David?
I'm going to hold you to it.
All right. What else, Grant Green? I got the call stacking up. A lot of people want to get in on the action here. Anything else in your mind?
All right, well, enough about my team. This is a question that I've been wanting to ask all night. But first, Norb, you brought up that you guys are the most penalized team in the league. I'm just going to bring up the number 2 penalized team in the league, and that is the New York Jets. We are second ranked in penalties as well. But anyhow, you guys got a sick matchup coming up, although lots of banged ups on both teams. Norb, since you guys have had very interesting games against the Falcons in the playoffs the last couple of years, is this considered a revenge game for you? And if so, what are your keys?
Oh, hell yeah, it's a revenge game. I mean, we beat them in the regular season, but when it's in the playoffs, man, that's where it counts. And those guys got the last blow in. So, we've got to, capitalize on the choke factor of the Falcons not putting teams away when they should. And they're not playing as good as they had played in the past. Changes in the coach and offensive coordinators and whatnot. So, yeah, it's we need this game, man. I mean, it's besides the fact that we just need to win this game. Yeah, the fact that it's the Falcons in our house. And remember, on prime time, we're like, I don't have the exact number. I think it's like 26-3-1. We have a pretty damn good record in prime time. So keep that in mind when you're watching this game Monday night.
If I can answer that question, it's a revenge factor, not for the most important games, which is the playoff dominate. But again, Norb, don't go back to last year, whatever. We should have won that game. Our primetime record, if you notice, of Matt Ryan is 10-2 straight up on prime time. Atlanta, Seattle Seahawks fans, and faithful, expect to lose Monday night to the team that potentially beat you. Right here. Just leave that referee at home. Leave him at home.
Yeah, we'll see about that, man. Anyway, David, thanks for calling in, man. It's always good to hear from you.
Good hearing from you, sir.
Thank you guys for having me, and good luck to you guys on Monday night.
All right, thanks. Gangrene David, check him out. Jets YouTube fan right there. Talk to you later, man. Take care. Go Hawks.
Take care, guys. Good night.
Hey, Norb, a very loyal fan he is, man.
He is. I'm glad you guys got to collaborate on your last, on that last video get together. It was cool to see.
Well, he was talking to me about it last year, actually. To be quite honest, when the schedule came out, he hit me up like 2 days later.
Right. Yeah. Well, he was asking me, man, hook me up with SLITA. I want to talk to him, and it worked out. Yeah. Hey, before I take the next call, I just want to remind you guys, I have been hosting these viewing parties over at Emerald Downs Casino in Auburn. So for those of you local folks around here, they are still doing games. Even when I'm not there, they're still hosting them, and they're still giving away really cool prizes. So if you guys are looking for a place to watch it with some fun people and good deals, check out Emerald Downs Casino off of 167 in Auburn.
Norb, how can David get some of these prizes from Emerald Downs Casino? Yeah.
Well, you got to be here, baby. He's got his Jets. I got the Seahawks here, man.
If I can say, I'm sure that there are some Atlanta Falcon fans in the Pacific Northwest. Don't be ashamed to come out and call in on this show and rep the real team. I got your back.
Yeah, all right. I've yet to hear a Atlanta Falcon fan call in here, but let's go to somebody from the 253. Been waiting patiently for 27 minutes. Yo, what's up? This is NorbCam. You're live with Norb and SLITA. What's on your mind? Who's this? Where are you calling from?
This is Eric Hauska. I'm actually Stephen Hauska's uncle.
Stephen Hauska's uncle?
You mean Stephen Hauska's your uncle?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh.
Okay.
Tell Stephen Hauska that I appreciate the missed kick.
What did you say?
You said tell Stephen Hauska he appreciates the missed kick. I don't know which kick he's referring to, but anyway.
The one in Seattle he missed, or the playoffs he missed. He missed two of the pieces I know of.
Oh,
yeah. I know what kind of kick he's talking about.
Okay, all right. I put those behind me. I'm trying not to dwell on the past. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, it's cool to have you on. What's on your mind, man? It's good to hear from you. What's going on?
About our new quarterback, Maxwell.
Byron Maxwell, yeah.
Old, or like, will he be useful, or like, what's your thoughts on him?
Well, before they even made the call, I made the prediction last week. I said as soon as Sherman went down, I said we should get Byron Maxwell up here. He's on the street. He's sitting on his couch eating Cheetos. Let's pick him up and try him out for a workout. So I wanted him back because, one, when he was with us, he did a pretty good job. Now, he didn't fare so well in Philadelphia and Miami, but I thought, a lot of times it's not the talent, but it's the scheme, it's the system that you're playing in, and he played well in our system. So I like to think he can come back and get back to his old groove as one of the original LOB members, and time will tell. He was opposite Sherman. He got a lot of workout because people were throwing his side most of the time. He's not shut down like Sherman, but heck, we need as many bodies who can work that system, and if Earl Thomas can be back there, I like our chances. So, yeah, no, I like the move. It's a low risk move, and it's something that I think we can benefit from. So, yeah, fingers are crossed that he'll do well.
Yeah, so I'm glad. You salty once you guys blew the lead? Falcons.
What's that? Are you talking to David?
Well, what did he say?
Yeah.
What's your question?
I'm just kidding. What's your channel?
We talked about that 28-3. But I got you, man.
You'll never be able to live that down, by the way, David. That's gonna be with you. Just like Super Bowl 49, the interception at the 1 will be with us till the day we die. 28-3 will be
something, and I've talked about it with you, and I'll talk about it to you, Stephen Hauska's little nephew. At least you won a Super Bowl championship.
Yeah, that's right. Until that happens, that monkey is on your back.
It's heavy. It's hard.
Yep.
Just a quick question. When do you think that Tom Brady's going to retire?
Hopefully now.
He said he's going to play for another 5 years. I would find that amazing if he pulled it off, but he keeps defying all odds. So, who knows, man? The guy keeps doing what he's doing. It's pretty miraculous.
You want to know something? And I've talked to you about it. People can knock on Tom Brady and take jokes. I don't hate him. I respect the fact that he's won championship.
That's why I want a rematch with him before he retires, because nothing would help ease some of the pain of Super Bowl 49 and to get a rematch with the guy who did it against us and get a victory in the Super Bowl. I don't know if it'll happen. We may not run out of chances.
I hope you get your rematch, sir. Okay, but first, I want the rematch. I want my championship.
Yeah, well, get in line, man. We all want the same thing, and there's only one trophy. Hey, man, thanks for calling, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, bye.
All right. Go Hawks.
Stephen Hauska's nephew.
Pretty cool.
Select status.
Stephen Hauska out in Buffalo now. Buffalo, man, they've been tanking, man. What happened to those guys? Anyway.
I'm still trying to figure how we lost them, and Miami for that matter.
It's a perplexing season, man. I guess that's what's great about the NFL. You just never know. You never know. One game you can destroy somebody, and the next game you look like garbage. And the consistent teams bring it every week, and I think neither of our teams have really done that this year.
No, we're not consistent this year.
Yeah, that's so we'll see. I don't think we've really played our best football, but maybe Monday night both teams will be playing their best football, and Seahawks will come out on top.
Well, are we going to talk about at some point what our thoughts are on the game? Predictions?
Yeah, I suppose we will. Let me take it to another call here, and we'll get to that. We got to do our bet too, so don't worry. We're getting to that. We're getting to that.
Atlanta fans, where are you? Seattle fans, don't be ashamed to ask me the question.
All right, let's go to the 225. Been waiting a long time. What's up, man? Who's this and where you calling from?
Hey, what's up, man? This is Joseph Miller. I'm calling. I've been looking at your channels, man. I've subscribed to your channels and stuff. But you're also calling a Seahawks fan, man. I'm a Seahawks fan. I stay in Louisiana, but I'm also a Seahawks fan.
Oh, you're a
Seahawks fan in Louisiana? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Nice. I'm sorry I didn't catch your name. Did you say Jonathan? Or I didn't quite hear it.
Joseph.
Joseph from Louisiana is a Seahawks fan. All right, go ahead, man. What's on your mind?
How you think Thompson Rawls is going to do? Is he going to be in this game?
Thomas Rawls? Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, they brought up Davis from the practice squad, and he may end up getting a bunch of carries here. And we might be seeing our, fifth running back in this season,
Yeah.
So the running game is a big mystery. Procise is on the injury reserve with a slim chance he can come back if we can get into the playoffs, but I'm kind of not betting on him. He just can't stay on the field. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, our line is kind of patchworked again together. So, at this point, it's anyone's guess.
I'm not looking forward to losing this game, man. We launched last year, but I think they're really going to, do good this year. Because, once they lost last year, I know it kind of hurt them because they was close to in the playoffs. They was in the division playoffs already, but they was close to going to the Super Bowl. But I really think they'll win this game, man. I really think we're 6-3 right now. So if we win this game, we'll be 7-3. We got
hold on.
coming up.
Let me say, is your name Joseph in New Orleans? Is that his name?
Yeah, right. You guys said Joseph, Louisiana?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, Joseph from Louisiana. Didn't you say that you've seen my channel and his channel? Have you known me for a couple of years on here?
Yeah, sir.
Did you catch that?
Have you seen my previous channel that I used to have?
Oh, yeah, I watch all your channels, man. I watch all your channels. I never miss a channel.
Okay, look, I appreciate it. The first thing is do videos. Make sure you comment under either this channel or my channel, the man known as SLITA, and I'll make sure I check you out. To answer your question, your statement, you said if you win the game, I'm glad you said it. How confident are you going to the ball game? Have you followed our defense? And are you slightly worried about this game? Like, would you be are you 100% confident or what? Tell me your thoughts on this ball game.
I know the audio's a little tough to hear, but he wants to know how confident are you in us winning this game? Yeah, I know you said you're confident we will win it. He's trying to know how confident are you.
And what is he doing in New Orleans?
How does that? Y'all did good. Y'all did good, but most of the time, y'all kind of, I ain't gonna lie, y'all is a good team, but it's like, y'all kind of falling off a point, and, you know what I'm saying? It's probably going to be a good game, but I really think,
Norb.
my opinion, because I'm a Seahawks fan, I think my opinion, we're going to come out top. And if it's your opinion, you think you all going to win, it's your opinion. I mean, I can't get mad at that. But
Okay, look,
I just got to say,
The Joseph's confident, man. I love it. I think I like his confidence, man.
Joseph
Sherman out, Dwayne Brown potentially out, Cam Chancellor potentially out. The guy's still confident, man. I love it.
Yeah, he's confident, but he said Seattle's going to win. But I'm going to tell you, Joseph in Louisiana, Cajun country, urban central, Atlanta's going to win this game because, first of all, we have better offensive weapons. I don't need to tell you who we got. You already know who we got. Our defense is playing a lot better, and your defense is quite susceptible right now. So I expect a lot of dunks. I expect a lot of fullness. I expect some Austin Hooper, some Mohamed Sanu. Keep out for him, hit Gabriel. That's how we're going to win.
All right, well, that's why they play the game, man. So, thanks for calling, Joseph.
We'll just see, man. I mean, I'm not going to take your opinion for my opinion. I was just saying it's your opinion. I keep my opinion, man. Just,
hey, trust me,
if y'all win, y'all prove it to me, man. That's all that matters.
I like your opinion.
Like right now, we 6-3. If we win this game, we'll be 7-3. If we win against San Francisco, they got it. They ain't really doing so good. So we might run away with that game. Then we got Philadelphia coming back at Seattle. So that's probably going to be 9-3. If we win 3 of them games, we'll be straight.
Yeah, and I think the Rams are going to stumble. The Rams are going to stumble along the way. They got to play Vikings. They got to play. Philly too, don't they? Anyway, it's good. It's interesting. Hey, Joseph, I'm gonna let you go. Thanks for calling, man. I appreciate it. What's that?
What are you doing? Hey, what are you doing in Louisiana, being a Seahawks fan, not a Saints? How did that happen?
Hey, NorbCam.
Yo.
Tell him this. Is you free to like whoever you want to like? Is that true?
Wait, I'm sorry. I didn't catch that.
What?
Tell them, is it free to like whoever you want to like?
Yeah, you're free to like whoever you want. I think it's cool that we have Seahawks fans every part of the world.
A lot of people always say that. Like, if you from Louisiana, why are you going for a Seahawks fan? Hey, man, it's a free country, man. When did they ever get in trouble for putting out any type of team test in Louisiana? When did they get in trouble for that? A guy can't, is this against the law? A guy will pull you over and say, hey, man, turn out their head. If you tell me to turn out their head, that's really racist. I don't understand why people come at me or anybody telling them what team you would like and what team you can't like.
Yeah.
I know you're not saying I can't like Seattle. I know you ain't saying that, but you saying what I'm doing in Louisiana liking the Seahawks.
Hey, I'm gonna leave it at this, man. I think it's great that you're a Seahawks fan in Louisiana. I appreciate that, man. I love your confidence. I'm gonna take that with me. I'm gonna let you go because I gotta get some other callers on here. But thanks for calling, man, and go Hawks, baby. Go Hawks, yeah.
Later, Joseph.
That was awesome. Yeah, David. Just because he's from Louisiana doesn't mean he has to like the New Orleans Saints or anybody else from the South, for that matter.
I was just asking him why he chose Seattle while living in New Orleans. That's all.
I hear you. I'm just saying, we have people from I got people who call in Seahawks fans from New England, Boston, LA, other countries, man. It's international,
Joseph,
baby.
Hey,
Joseph's gone. Sorry, Joseph's gone, man. Joseph's gone. But you can talk to him on the screen.
No. He might be gone, but I'm sure he's listening. Joseph, no hard feelings. I've been on Bourbon Street. I know this happens.
Yeah. Anyway, I've been there. I was there last year. Loved the town. It was fun. All right. Let me get one more. Maybe we'll talk about the predictions on this game. So let's go to 971. What's up? Who's this? And where are you calling from?
Hello, from Oregon. Third-time caller.
All right. What was your name again?
Juan, from Oregon. I'm a third-time caller.
Yeah. Okay. And I still didn't catch the first name. Say it one more time.
What's his name?
Juan.
What?
Juan.
What?
I think he said his name was Juan.
Juan. Yes. Okay. What's on your mind, man?
Hey, so
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
the Cardinals screwed us over this season again with the injuries last game.
Say that one more time. I didn't catch the first part of that. The Cardinals game.
Do you think the Cardinals screwed us over again?
Oh, did they screw us over? The Cardinals?
Yeah, I mean, I really screwed us over last season, too, because we got the tie and then they beat us.
Well, first of all, if you win the game and you beat your opponent, you're not screwed over. So I wouldn't put it that way. I'd say we have had some bad luck in there. Even if we win, we lose in the sense that we lost so many players in that game. That part sucks, But I wouldn't say the Cardinals screwed us over. We just have some bad luck when we play down there, man. Super Bowl 49 was in Arizona. I remember I was there. The tie last year, and then this game with all the massive injuries. I don't know. It's just we've had some good games and we had some horrible games down there. But the important thing is we won the game, which we should have.
Oh, no. Hey, Norb, if I can say, can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
A friend of mine on Facebook just wants to remind me, It's been 283 days since the Atlanta Falcons blew a 28 lead against the New England Patriots in the Super Bowl. Hashtag never forget. Go ahead, Billy. All right, come on. Sorry.
Sorry, man. So, what else did you want to add to that? Anything, Juan?
Well, I want to ask Seattle SLITA, that the Saints and the Panthers, he has two teams in his division are kind of rising up. What does he think about that?
So your question on me is what I think about the Saints and the Panthers right now?
Yeah, they're both kind of rising up to, taking advantage for the division.
Yeah. Well, to answer your question, one, appreciate you calling in. I'm worried. I mean, any true fan would be. Going into the season, Atlanta, Tampa Bay to battle it out. Now it's kind of the reverse fact. You got the Saints who are playing offensively, just their minds right now. Come on, pretty good. Panthers defense is pretty good. Panthers is doing what they have to do. So Atlanta's got to step it up if they want to get in.
Yep. No, you guys got a tough division in there, and you got some work to do there, David. So
I think for us, the Rams is really going good for us. I don't think the Cardinals and really the 49ers are even there yet.
Oh yeah, no, it's clearly a two-team race in the NFC West, so we just got to worry about the Rams, get the division, and then we'll see what else we can take care of after that. We hope Philadelphia stumbles. Hope that the Saints stumble a little bit. Hope the Vikings stumble. Maybe somewhere in there we'll sneak something in. But yeah, it's gonna be tough. We got 3 wins is not a ton, but it's a lot of good games. A lot of teams, good teams out there.
Yeah, Norb, you're pretty smart in saying you don't hope the Falcons stumble. Good for you, sir.
What, say again? What?
No, because you said you wanted teams to stumble, but you didn't mention us. Good move.
Oh, because you're in front of us. We don't need you to stumble if we just take care of you ourselves. You don't have to stumble. We will just trip you up on our own.
Yeah. Well, you're going to get that chance on Monday night.
Hell yeah. Hey, thanks for calling, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you, Juan.
All right, man. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Go Hawks.
Go Falcons.
I know a lot of people have been waiting impatiently, and I know some of the sound quality here we're getting worked out. This is a work in progress. First time trying this multi thing, so appreciate you guys' patience. Let's see. Let me go in here with how are we doing on here? How long have we been going on this? How have we been talking? Coming up on an hour. Time flies when you're having fun. All right, let me go.
I'm one person Falcon fans, man. What's up with that? No ATL fans in the Pacific Northwest.
ATL, move to your left because your face is off the screen. For some reason, you went. There you go. The other way. Right there. A little bit more. A little more to your right. There you go. All right, let me take one more for who's been waiting for a long time from the 619. Yo, what's up? Who's this and where you calling from?
Hey, what's going on? This is Rob English from San Diego.
Rob from San Diego. What's going on?
Hey, Rob, I remember you doing that YouTube channel.
Yes, I cannot believe. I think I'm seeing what I see. I'm thinking, is this Sports Live in the ATL, live and in charge?
Hey, what's up, man? No. Hey, Rob, I'll be honest, man. I follow you a lot. I love your channel. This channel right here was created one day before the season started. Football. That's it.
Oh, okay, right on. Well, I need to go ahead and if you still got me on Facebook, man, go ahead and hit me. I can follow you on your new channel.
Yeah, no, but if I do, I will. But if not, just check under this channel. I'll do a comment under it when once it's uploaded or whatever, and just click add subscribe, man. How you been?
I've been really good, man. Really good. I'm doing a little bit different now. No more GTC stuff anymore, but I'm doing my own thing. I'm trying to get Norb to join forces with me a little bit, send him an email and stuff like that. So, yeah, we're trying to do big things, man, in this YouTube world. But, yeah, things are going real good. Still repping these Seahawks. I see your...
Yeah, well, NorbCam, if it's amazing, Norb, I totally vouch for Rob English. I sent him a couple here. Good video maker and a loyal fan.
Yeah. All right, so I know we got this love fest going on here, which is great and all, but, times are ticking. Rob, what's on your mind? You got something to say about this game here? I know you got a little history with David and got me going on here. Let's talk about this. What's on your mind as far as this game or whatever's going on?
He knows Atlanta's going to win.
Yeah, no. First of all, sports size is just as diluted as exclusional as he's always been. This game is going to be a shootout. What always happens here is Russell Wilson makes it a point, and our offense makes it a point to score points when other teams score points. For some reason, we can't do it when the other teams don't score, but when the other team does, we end up being a shootout. And I think we come out of this game on top with another game similar to the Houston Texans game. We're not going to be able to stop Matty Ice really all that much because the defense is really broken down right now. But Russell Wilson's going to go out there and show that he truly is the quarterback that no one wants to give him the credit for being. As far as Byron Maxwell, just touch on the guys that I've been listening to for the last few minutes. Byron Maxwell, I'm not really too high on. I'm not going to let myself get too high on Byron Maxwell. I think that a lot of people are letting themselves get a little overboard with their expectations. I think it's great that we were able to get him because he knows the system, but his success that he had with us previously was, predicated on Richard Sherman being on the other side. So now I don't know how I feel about, Maxwell being on an island against anybody like Julio Jones, but it's good that we were able to get him back if he's familiar. And also these Thursday night games either have to go completely away or they need to figure out a way to only schedule Thursday night games for teams that are coming off byes. I think that's the only way you can really do it. That's going to be feasible and not put these players in harm's way, because the way they have right now is just terrible. These players are putting so much stress on their bodies. There's just no way you can ask these players to play 2 games in 4 days. It's unreasonable. It's unrealistic.
No, I agree. And what's happening is that because of the money factor, they want to make more money from these games. They're destroying their own product, injuring their players, and then the quality of play goes down. And the stars we want to see, aren't available. And what good is that? You're ruining, for the sake of one game, you're ruining the potential of the more important ones down the line. So, it's I agree. They need to really explore that and I don't limit it. We figure out another bye before there, just so teams have a chance to prepare. But when that money's calling, it's one of those things. But I agree with you, man. Your Byron Maxwell comment is right. He's not the savior. He's not going to come in here and be better than what Sherman was. At this point, we just, we need guys who can step in and help, stop the bleeding where we're clearly in some deficiencies. And I can't think of any better guy to do it besides some of the new guys that are coming in. But, just got to hope he's going to, step up.
Norb and Rob, is Richard Sherman out for the whole year, or is there a chance?
No, he's out for the season. He's going to have season-ending Achilles surgery. So, yeah. He's out.
That's right here.
Yeah. Hey, David, somebody's asking. They want to know, what is your channel exactly so they can look you up on YouTube?
Gotta get ready. Important news. The man known as SLITA.
The man known as SLITA, SLITA. You see it on the screen over here. So just the man known as SLITA. If you type in SLITA, you should be able to find it. So anyway, check out his stuff.
If anybody from you knows me from my previous channels, let me know.
Yeah. All right. Well, Craig Thompson wanted to know in the chat, so there you go. So,
how you doing, Craig, sir?
Yeah, on the chat there. So, well, hey, man, thanks for bringing up those good points. I mean, it's going to be, I agree, this potentially could be a shootout. Our defense is not going to be able to hold them to points like we did when we were in full health. So the only way you could, if your defense can't stop, like in that Texans game, the offense has got to rise up and score more points either way. So hopefully Russell can do it again.
I got to say is you and Rob English said a shootout. That would imply that our defense is not that good. We only pick up an average of 20, 22 points a game, and we're playing a lot better than last year. So you guys, I don't know if it's going to be that easy.
I didn't say it's going to be easy. I don't think it's happening that way. We find a way to score points when they have to be scored. If you look, you want to call back the stats. When was the Seahawks haven't been beat by more than 10 points? I think once in the last 3 or 4 years. So we don't lose games by a lot of points. So if you guys put up points, we're going to put up points. And
the only way that I see you guys put up points is if you force Matt Ryan to make some turnovers and you get a short field. Because you remember the Patriots just a couple weeks ago, all their points were scored off short field opportunities. No team has really gone down the field on it, so that's how I feel.
Yep. Well,
hey,
we'll see, man. Well, hey, Rob, thanks for the call, man.
All I'll follow your channel, Rob. I will. Hit me up.
And I'll check out your message. We'll connect and get stuff going on. All right, Rob?
Sounds good, Norb.
All right. Thanks, man. Take care and go Hawks.
All right, go Hawks.
All right. Let's do this thing. We got a few more callers on. I don't know if I'm going to get to everybody, but let's talk real quick about our analysis of this game and our bet. All right?
Okay.
So you as the guest, why don't you go first, and I'll respond, and then we'll talk about the bet. David, go ahead and let's give me your prediction on this game.
Okay, I'm not one to really do predictions, as you know, especially after the Super Bowl, but I will say this. There's a 50-50 opportunity. It would not shock me to see Seattle win. It would shock me to see Atlanta win. The way Atlanta wins the ball game, when I'm in Seattle, execute play call. That's very important. And bring the same type of defense that we've been doing all year. And throw the ball down, for God's sakes, to the field fun point. If we do that, we got a good chance to win. Seattle wins as Matt Ryan to do short field turnovers, because I do not believe you're going to go up and down the field on this. And the home field, and maybe a biased referee.
All right. That was your keys to the game. So, I expect a close game. I think the points will rise in this. I'm thinking something in the high 20s. Maybe it's going to be a one-score game is my prediction. I like to think the Seattle's going to edge you guys in something like a 31-28, 31-27 kind of game. For that to happen, what I think we got to do is we're going to have to get turnovers. I think this is a game where, when you got a high-flying offense, turnovers are key to momentum switches and things like that and field position. I'm not going to think we're going to suddenly start running the ball on you guys. We haven't done it all season. It's not just going to suddenly happen. Russell's going to have to make it happen on his side. He's going to have to get plays. He's going to do it with his feet. He's going to have to hit Baldwin. He's going to have to hit Jimmy Graham, use him as he's been in the red zone. But I think that really the key there is we've got to get pressure on the quarterback. Because if we give Matt Ryan time against this banged-up secondary, it's going to be a long, stinking game. So we have to get pressure on the quarterback, and we have to do so without Cliff Averill, possibly without Jaron Reed. So some of these other guys are going to have to step up. And, Jordan and... just other guys, Bennett, these guys have to step up and make life miserable. And the 12s, we got to come together. When I'm in there, we're going to be screaming our hearts out trying to make things tough because you guys are pretty tough to beat down there in Georgia.
Seriously, hey, Norb, you're going to get the game, right?
You bet.
Oh, God. Look, I don't normally ask for this, but in that delirium of mass humanity in Seattle, when you do your little live thing, if you should be, I think I would really appreciate it. Early Christmas.
I will be broadcasting it live. You can watch my reactions as it's happening. I do it live, so you can put me on. You watch the game on your TV and put me on a little iPad on the side.
It all depends if I'm off. I don't know my new schedule, but I will say this, and this is from the experience that I've seen the Falcons play the Seahawks, Russell Wilson. You mentioned pressure. Unless we're watching the two totally different teams, Falcons put more pressure on Russell Wilson in the games that we play, win or lose, than Matt Ryan has been pressured by Seattle. That's what I've noticed in 3-5 games.
Well, last year, Russell had been banged up from the start. He wasn't the same guy as he is. He's much more mobile, much more his old self this year. So Russell has been doing it all with his legs. He's a leading rusher on the team and doing it with his arm. And, I don't think he was ever 100% last year all season because of the injuries. So what we saw is going to be different. It's going to be different.
Is when it seems like whenever Atlanta plays Seattle, and Atlanta starts off well, there's a little room for error, and we usually do pretty good. Like in Seattle last year, we fell behind early and then put together that third quarter. In the playoffs, we dominated early. 2012, we dominated early. It just seems like it's bad. What Dan Quinn preaches, and I'm sure he's with Seattle, no differential. You always want to be in the play.
Yeah, no, that's true. No, I mean, I think these teams aren't that different in that they're built with a defense that can make stops and, offense with potential, to put a lot of points on the board. And if both teams played their best, it's going to just be a very close game both ways. But, if someone's not executing well to get the turnovers, that can swing the game in a whole other direction. So I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be an awesome contest. So.
And I would be remiss if I did not mention this. I love this mini helmet.
You're gonna have to. It's not in the screen. You're gonna probably have to pick it up and hold it in front of you, man.
Oh, you mean actually put it together like this right here?
Put it in front of your face. You go ahead, have your moment. In case you guys don't remember, when we did our bet last year before the playoffs, the deal was whoever lost the bet had to send a minifigure of your team to the other person. Of course, my Seahawks lost in Atlanta. I had to send him a very nice, beautiful Seahawks mini helmet, and so that's his trophy for having won that game last year before they choked it away in the Super Bowl. Anyway, but let's talk about this bet. We got a bet here. Our bets, if you want to recap, before we had it where loser had to paint their face in colors. You lost that game in Seattle. You had to wear the blue and green and a Seahawks cap. I lost in the playoffs. I had to paint my face red and black, and I went with a Darth Maul look. I thought, well, if I'm going to do nasty red and black, I might as well make it look cool in a Star Wars mode. So I did that. So for this game, what do you propose as the guest? What's at stake for the winner and the loser here?
Well, there's no face painting.
No face painting. Let me speak for you since you can't speak for yourself. Go on.
Okay, the bet that we have is pretty simple. The Falcons beat Seattle. NorbCam will send me a shirt of my choice, whether it be Falcon or Seattle. Probably going to be a Falcon shirt. And he will drink or sip a beer of my choice on camera.
So I have to send you a shirt of your choice, within reason. Don't go crazy on me. Or vice versa. I won't do the same to you. We'll make it reasonable. And then I have to drink a beverage of your choosing, correct?
Yes, and I would preferably prefer to be Natty Ice.
Oh, isn't that clever? All right, and vice versa. You have to send me a shirt of my choice, and then you got to drink a beverage of my choosing, correct? On the post game video after this Monday night game.
Yeah.
All right,
and I do ask if I can say
Chrysostomo, yeah, what about him? The star of the Millennium Falcon Seahawk video, what about it?
Yeah. No, Chrysostomo needs to make an appearance.
Hey, what do you want? You gotta charge my appearance fee, David SLITA.
Yes. Chrysostomo, he has to make an appearance on the post-game video, win or lose.
I'm right here already.
Well, I want you for about 5.
All right, I'll work out. I'll talk to his agent, and we'll work something out. We'll get him on there. All right.
Okay.
All right. So that's the bet. I'll give you a pinky shake on it. Put your pinky to the screen. We'll call it a deal. Move it to there. You go. All right, it's good. A bet is a bet. There you go. You're on. Seahawks, don't let me down, baby. All right, so let's try. Well, we got a few minutes left. We're going along here, but who cares? You know, we're not on anyone's schedule. Let's get a few more calls. You guys have been waiting a long time. This guy's been waiting for almost 51 minutes from the 817. What's up, man? You're on NorbCam. Who's this and where are you calling from?
My name is Nathan. I'm from Dallas.
Nathan from Dallas. Thank you, man, for waiting so long. I appreciate 51 minutes. That is a long time. What's on your mind?
Okay, so last game for the Falcons, what's his name? Adrian Claiborne had 6 sacks, and if you look at the left side of our offensive line, it was kind of like Dallas's offensive line last game. Do you have any worries about that? Because we lost Duane Brown, we might also not have Luke Jokel, and he's going to be working on that left side against our backups most likely.
Well, I would like to think that Seattle saw that tape and go, 6 sacks in a game. Maybe we should do something about that. I thought Dallas handled that very poorly. They just kept on letting him get beat. They didn't chip with a tight end. They just kept letting him get thrown to the wolves. I thought that was bad, in-game reactions to the situation. I'd like to think Seattle can see that and knows what's coming. So if we get 6 sacks from him, that'd be pretty stupid on our part because that means we did a very poor job of scouting and preparing. I will say, though, that if I heard the news correctly, he's got motivation to come after Russell Wilson. I think if he gets one more sack, he gets a $500,000 bonus for for getting one more sack in his contract as an incentive. So that guy's going to be wanting to get that $500,000 going after Russell. So we better do everything in our power to keep him upright and protected.
Okay, is this Nathan?
From Dallas? Yeah.
All right, hey, Nathan, can you hear me, sir?
And don't bother asking him why he's a Dallas native and a Seahawks fan. Okay, just accept it. All right, go ahead. Ask your question.
I'm not from Dallas. I'm from Seattle.
There you go. Okay, go ahead, man. What's your question?
Okay, Nathan, to answer your question, the Seahawks need not to focus on Adrian Claiborne. I'll be quite honest. I'm not saying it was an aberration. It just happened to be who the spot that Adrian Claiborne was gone. Because Adrian Claiborne was stuck last year. He came from Tampa Bay. He was pretty talented to play over there. But the main pass rushes that we focus with, and you have to focus with Pat Kinley, Big Beasley, and even our linebackers, Cam O'Neal, Deion. You got to focus on those guys. But if your offensive line teetered anyway, you're going to see guys from all sides. And Adrian Claiborne is big. I don't know if your injuries are on that side of the ball, but you basically have to look at everybody from the left to the right, and they're in the middle. Our defense is playing really good, man. Fast, strong. We exploit a lot of big offensive lines. You have that going into the game. Trouble.
I got a question for you, David. What's the Falcons' record?
Hey, I thought we don't talk at the past.
I'm not talking about the Falcons. I'm talking about the current. Right now, what's your record? What's your record? 5-4. So explain to me this great defense who attacks from all sides, and you got to watch out for everybody. Why are you guys 5-4 anyway?
Okay, you be honest with the answer.
No, I want you to lie to me. Yeah, I want the real answer. I can handle the truth. What's up?
We have not been blown out any game. Every game that we've lost, we've only scored 17 points. We've only given up like 22, 23. Your defense can only hold so much. Your offense needs to help.
So you blame your offense. It's your offense to blame.
Exactly. Our offense. We're not. Look, how can it not be our offense when our offense was the best in the league last year? Got even better this year, minus Steve Sarkisian. It's the play call. The play calling is horrible. I feel like this. We score 30 points against Seattle. Expect a loss in the Pacific Northwest.
If you score 30 points, we'll score 31.
No, you won't.
And I'll be totally happy with that.
You will score 28. Actually, if we score
That's my prediction. I already said that. That's my prediction, 31-28. You can't take that from me. Well, actually, it's funny because the same things you're complaining about are the same things most Seahawks fans are complaining about. Defense plays lights out, and the offense is what's been holding this team back. Now, they've been playing better as of late, but we should be 7-2 right now. We lost to the Redskins, and we had no business losing to the Redskins. We missed 3 field goals. We make 2, and it's not even close.
Said the same against the Dolphins and the Bills, and
how can you lose against the Bills? The Bills are.
And whatever. The fact remains is the intangible that we have that you do not have is that you have number 3. We dominate. We have this guy. You have no answer.
Well, and that's why they play the game.
Right there.
That's why they play the game. So, and you're in our house, by the way. You are in our house.
One last. It's okay.
Anyway, thanks for the call, man. I hope that shed some light on what you were calling about. Appreciate you waiting so long, man.
Okay.
Wait. What? You have something else?
Yeah.
What? What's up?
So I heard the Dolphins wide receiver Jarvis Landry is going into free agency this year, and I saw some reports about people saying that the Seahawks should go for him. Do you think that it would be a good choice?
David says no. What do you know about this? What intel do you have on Landry?
Well, I know he's a big receiver, but for the time that I've seen him play and on my fantasy team, it seems like in the clutch they don't go for him. They don't go to. So if you're not going to go to a star player in the clutch, why are you going to have him on your team?
I'll just say this. I'll say this much. I don't think the problem is in our receiving core. The problem is in the trenches. we've been saying it for a long time. I thought this would be the year we don't talk about it. We're still talking about it. And we're still trying to find a running game that we lost apparently 2 years ago. So that's what we need to fix. Jarvis Landry is not going to solve our line blocking problems, nor is it going to solve our running problem. So we've got other places where we got to focus our assets on. Hopefully this year they get it right, because we have not been able to get that right in a couple seasons now. And without Russell Wilson, if it were not for Wilson, we'd be like 2-7 right now, if not for Russell Wilson.
Yeah, I totally agree.
So,
You're going to be 6-4 after Monday night.
Yeah. You keep dreaming.
I don't think that's going to happen.
All right.
Oh,
All right. Thanks for the call, man. Go Hawks.
Thanks for the call.
Yep, thanks. Go Hawks.
All right, we're going to bang a few more here. You still good, SLITA? Hanging in for a little while longer?
I'm good.
You should be watching the chat, because there's some good stuff in here. Like Virtual Alien saying, "Shut up, David, and humble yourself." What else? Christian Hurley says, "Matt Ryan is an overrated turd." pull up my YouTube stream, and you can read along with these comments.
Okay, hold on.
Meanwhile, let me take you do that, and I'm going to take a call here. Let's go to the 256. Waiting a long time. Thanks for waiting. Who's this? Who's this, and where are you calling from?
This is Colin from Alabama.
Calling from Alabama. We got people from the South today. What's on your mind, man?
Since we got that new cornerback in this week, you think he's going to be able to cover Julio?
No, he will not be able to. Absolutely not.
Well, Davis has his opinion. To be honest, I have not been watching Maxwell. I don't know how he's been playing. All I know is that he was good in our scheme when he left. He hasn't done well in the other systems that he's played in, but he was always good when he was with us. And maybe I'd like to give faith that that his ability is more of playing in the right scheme with the right guys around him than how he fared in with the other teams. So can you keep up with Julio Jones? Sherman and Jones, that was a great matchup. Would have loved to have watched that happen. I'm not going to say I can predict he's going to keep up, but the way you help the defenders keep up is you get pressure on the quarterback and don't allow them time to let them get long post patterns and fly patterns down the down the middle of the field and the sideline. So we got to get pressure, and that won't matter.
Sir, but if I can say
another question I got, if you don't mind asking, since our running backs are kind of out for the season, you think we'll draft heavy running back this coming up year in the draft, or you think we'll go back for a cornerback or an offensive line?
It's tough to say with all the injuries and what question marks going into it. I mean, we got needs at lineman, running back is still a mystery. Now defensively, we still I thought they actually tried to address their needs pretty well. I'm glad. I remember we had like 5 running backs. Oh man, how many running backs do we need? But even like last year, we found we needed everybody to make this work. And look, we're pulling guys from the practice squad. Mike, was it Mike Davis, the latest guy we pulled in? He's going to be making his Monday night debut, pulling off the practice squad. And you probably never saw that coming, but here's his chance. Yeah, what's up?
Hey, there's a guy in the chat that says, "Go Spurs." He's been waiting since 8:45.
What's the? I don't know the zip code. Probably the 713.
He said 4, I think 854.
845. Oh, I see it. Yeah. I see. Oh yeah, he's the next up. He's next up. So tell him to hang on. Well, you're watching. Hang on. I'm coming to you, man. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, we'll see what happens with the draft, but. Yeah, we got definitely some needs in there, but the running game's got to be fixed because that's just our identity, and we haven't had it in 2 seasons. So
yeah, and it's hard to go into the playoffs and just be a pass-heavy offense. You can't do that because you're just going to be one-dimensional, and it's just hard to we don't have any running backs right now, so it's just hard for me to see how far we're going to be able.
No, I agree. I agree. You got to have a running game to make headway in the playoffs, especially if you're going to be on the road. And there's a good chance if we get in, or I should say when we get in, it may be on the road. So because certain things are out of our control here. So anyway, that's what we got to do here. So Dave, are you on the chat? Are you actually typing in on the chat?
No, I'm not typing in, but I'm reading some comments.
Okay. Anyway, thanks for calling, man. I appreciate it. Thanks for waiting for so long.
Wow.
All right, go Hawks, baby.
Somebody said we're going to look at the.
Okay, I'm going to pull up. This must be an 84 from the 845. Been waiting a long time. Hey, you're on NorbCam. Is this the Spurs guy?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, the Spurs guy. What's up? What's your name and where you calling from?
My name is Jake. I'm calling from New York.
Jake from New York?
Yeah.
Jake.
Yeah.
What's up, Jake from State Farm? How you doing?
Yeah, I get that a lot.
What's on your mind, man? What's going on?
Finally, this is the first Falcons fan I think in here, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, how do you think the Seahawks defense is gonna do against that worn down? How do you think Matt Ryan's gonna do against that worn down secondary?
Oh, we're gonna tear you up. We're gonna tear them up.
Well, that's an easy question tossed to David there. Clearly, our secondary is not what it was. We've got Sherman out. Cam Chancellor potentially out. We'll know tomorrow. And Earl Thomas should be back, but to what degree is he healthy? Don't know. So we're going to be relying on Shaq Griffin, who's been playing very well this year. Byron Maxwell, Jeremy Lane. These guys. I'm not. Got to keep it real. These guys are not. They're not starting material like Sherman for a reason. Sherman was a starter for 7 years on the Seahawks because very few guys can do what he does. So it's hard to even think about replacing a guy like that. But what that means is other people got to step up. We've got to get pressure. The linebackers got to play. Shut down those middle routes. And Earl Thomas, whoever's back there as safety, is going to have to really help out and make things tough. Because if Matt Ryan has lots of time, and these guys are able to stretch the field, it's going to be a long day. I mean, that's just keeping it real. So,
there's something I'm going to ask you. There's something that Gabriel Gonzalez said. I don't even know this. How often the Seahawks lost home primetime games?
How often have we lost home primetime games? I believe it's close to this. It's like 26, 3, and 1 over the last 30 games.
I play in Seattle, man. They always play them good. They always play good games.
Yeah.
And they always get that. They always find a way.
Well, I like our chances on primetime and at home. It's not a guarantee, but we always play good. We rise to the occasion, and we're going to have to rise up big time. We're going to have to find some new heroes in this game because our usual guys are not going to be there. So we have to find some new heroes, some new names to make some headlines in this game for us to win.
Mike M. said.
So
I have a couple off-topic questions, kind of.
All right.
Well, one of them's not a question. One of them's I saw on an ad that Richard Sherman made a YouTube channel.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the second one I was going to ask is, who do you have in the college football playoffs?
Who do I have in the college football playoffs? Ugh. I was rooting hard for my Washington Huskies, but unfortunately that's not looking so good. I don't know.
I was rooting for. Well, I'm not sold on Georgia. We're pulling Georgia Atlanta team.
Well, I don't know. I haven't been following this close. But Penn State, they look like they could finish strong. Alabama's always in the mix.
Want me to answer that for you, friend?
Go ahead. What's your input, SLITA? Because this is not really my expertise.
Yeah. Well, I honestly, what's your caller's name?
What was your name again?
Me? Jay.
Yeah. What was it?
Jay.
Jay from New York.
Yeah, Jake from State Farm. Hey, Jake, to be quite honest with you, probably Clemson, Miami.
What?
You said Clemson, Miami. What else?
Miami, Alabama. I would like to say Georgia because Georgia still has a shot. So I'll just leave it at those four. That's what I'll
I don't think Georgia's going to make it because...
I don't believe we're going to do it either because we choked, but I'm still holding out hope.
There's always, as long as there's hope.
The winner, Georgia and Bama, because they're going to be playing in a championship game.
Well, Jake, this is what I tell my friends. I'll be honest, because you obviously seem to be a young kid. I've been rooting for Atlanta teams for 35-plus years. I'm to the point now where Braves, Hawks, Falcons, Georgia, second, unless we win major titles, means nothing. Georgia's going to be in the SEC championship game. If that team does not make we win, we go to the playoff, I don't want to win it. I don't want to celebrate an SEC title unless we go to the playoff. That's just me.
Yeah, hear that. All right, man. Thanks for your call. Appreciate it.
All right, thanks.
All right.
I've been in a while.
All right, I know. Appreciate your patience. Thanks for being part of the show.
You got funny guys in your chat.
All right, go Hawks. All right, we got 3 more callers here. I'm going to take these, and then we're going to call it a night. So from the 713, waiting for a long time. Who's this, and where are you calling from?
Rob from Texas.
Rob from Texas. All right, what's on your mind, Rob?
With the banged-up secondary, do you think Matt Ryan's going to have an unbelievable game?
That seems to be the question of the night, doesn't it?
Hey, of course. What do you expect? It's Matt Ryan. Of course, he's going to have an unbelievable game. Matt Ryan is going to throw 300 yards. Real talk. If he gets protected and he stretches the field with correct play calling, he should throw 310, 320 touchdowns, 1 pick, and I believe enough to pull out a win. That's how I say it.
And I think if we get pressure early, rattle him, maybe knock the ball out of his hands, that could set the tone. Get Seattle out in front early, have them playing from behind with the noise and everything like that. We can make life real miserable for that Falcons offense. So
Norb, that could happen. But remember the third quarter in Seattle last year. Did Matt Ryan just that?
Yeah, we were dominating through the first half. In the third quarter, we had some defensive mix-ups, which can't let that happen. Again, lack of execution. The team that executes the best is going to win this game. I know it's simple to say that, but it's stupid things. Turnovers, dropping the ball, fumbles, sacks, things like that. I mean, anything can happen prime time, man. So we got the home edge, though. I
got to say this before it keeps going. Kim in the chat says Matt Ryan is washed up. Would you care to elaborate on that?
Mike M on the chat. Ryan is washed up. SLITA wants to know what that's all about. SLITA, by the way, somebody asked, what does SLITA even mean? I answer it for you. Sports Live in the ATL. Because when you were doing your thing originally as your channel as SLITA, you were not only a Falcons fan, but you were everything Atlanta fan, right?
Yes.
So that's where SLITA comes from. Sports Live in the ATL. All right, man. Thanks for your call. Was there anything else on your mind?
Do you think the Rams are the winner of Rams and Vikings can be a serious contender in the NFC?
No.
I think the Rams are more dangerous than the Vikings, but again, when you get to the playoffs, it's a whole nother thing. And they both have good defenses.
Vikings have a better defense.
Who?
In my opinion, the Vikings have a better defense than the Rams.
Well, the thing about the Vikings, they've had a good defense. What's surprising is how well Case Keenum has been playing. I just don't see him lighting up in the playoffs. That's the part that I would not be confident in having him being the guy that's your field general leading you in that game. But the Rams have looked pretty good too. So the Rams, we gotta have them stumble just so we can snag that division and at least give ourselves one home game for sure. You know what I mean?
The Vikings play the Falcons in 2 weeks in Atlanta.
Yeah.
No, it's there's a lot of great games coming down the line here that's gonna really determine a lot of fates for these teams that are right now bunched up neck and neck, really close race. So. Starts on Monday for us. So, all right, thanks, man, for calling. We got a couple more calls we're going to get to. But thanks a lot. I appreciate it for waiting for so long, dude.
Yeah, thanks for waiting, sir. All
right, go Hawks.
There's a good question I asked. He says, Mason Bennett, he says, would you rather have Matt Ryan and Julio or Doug Baldwin and Russell Wilson? Really? Enough said.
Hey, Julio Jones is a great receiver. Doug Baldwin is good too, man. But I love my guys. You take yours, I'll take mine, and we'll see which combination comes out on top on Monday, man. One of the two is going to have a great combination in the game.
Hey, I do have to give a shout out because there is a Falcons in the chat. Karma says Hawks are trash. 30 to Falcons.
Hey, man. Hey, thanks for calling from the 702. This is NorbCam. Who's this and where you calling from?
Hi, this is Matthew from Las Vegas.
Matthew from Las Vegas. Future home of the Raiders. What's on your mind, man?
Oh, well, I'm just kind of like analyzing the NFC. Of course, we're going to have a tough game against Atlanta. We always have. But I believe that, if we adjust in the secondary, I think we should be able to take care of things if we get the pass rush running.
then we'll put Matt Ryan in trouble. However, we have to perform with the, I'm more concerned with the run game also, not just rely on Russell Wilson. But looking in the games ahead, like looking ahead, not just, not looking past the Falcons, but I think, the Saints is like a team that's really heating up. Just like I don't know if you saw the video of like Colin Hurd, like it's true, like the NFC teams that are up there, the Rams, they can choke, because Jared Goff is still pretty brand new. Carson Wentz, although he's pretty good, I think if we just focus on our defense, it might turn around and change up. But I think the Saints, because of a veteran quarterback, I think that's a team that I'm kind of like afraid of going into postseason. But hopefully we can get around that. I don't know. What are your thoughts? What's the toughest team to beat in the NFC for Seattle or for Atlanta?
As I said earlier, I think every game is like a playoff game from here on out. It really is in the NFC, because whoever starts to fall off track is going to fall behind the pack, unless the guys at the top start dropping. So we got to kind of hope for that. But the games that every game for me is circled. I don't think there's an easy game for the rest of the way, except maybe at the 49ers. We should easily win that game, but nothing's a giveaway. But Falcons was circled on my calendar. We got to beat these guys. We're going to have to beat the Eagles when they come to town on December 3rd. We got to beat the Jacksonville Jaguars. Looked easy from a long time ago, but now that game's looking like a pretty tough one. And then we got the Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott comes off his suspension just in time for our stinking Seahawks game, so that didn't help us out as far as Ezekiel Elliott not being there for us. You guys, the Falcons, had the benefit of no Elliott during that game. Clearly helped you guys with that, in that game. And then we got to finish with the Cardinals at our place, So, there's a couple of games that we ought to win, but there's like 4 games in there that could go either way. And it's going to be great football. Sure. It's going to be a challenge, but...
Wonder what's David's thoughts on this one.
David?
Yeah, what are my thoughts on what?
Well, he was just talking about the NFC and just, the Seahawks stretch the rest of the way with teams like the Eagles and the Rams. Do you see these guys at the top falling out as the seasons come to the end and the playoffs coming around, or do you think the Rams and the Eagles, these teams that are on the top right now, who looks like they're the teams to stay, and who are the contenders, who are the pretenders?
Well, who am I talking to? What's Carlos' name?
What was your name again, man?
Did I call him?
Matt from Vegas, right? Matt from Vegas.
Oh, we have a Matt Ryan in Vegas. Very much. I honestly believe that regular season can do the playoffs what matters. We didn't get it done in the playoffs. We had a great team. It has not been good for I don't know how many years. I think they're going to fold in the playoffs. The Minnesota Vikings, I think they're going to fold in the playoffs. I think when it comes down to playoffs, you're going to see the veterans take over, especially if Aaron Rodgers comes back after a long wait. I believe the Packers can do something. I believe Seattle's got experience with Russell Wilson. Atlanta, obviously, Matt Ryan. Saints with Drew Brees. Stuff like that. In order for me to
you didn't mention the Panthers. Are you blowing them off? Are you those guys are starting to warm up too?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, actually, yep, they are too. It's a tough team.
No, David's shaking his head. You disagree? You don't believe in the Panthers, SLITA? I hope not.
I don't actually. I'm sorry I'm tied up in the chat because it's so entertaining. But no, I don't believe in Carolina. I see them every week, every year of my life.
Well, they started slow, but they're starting to get on a roll here. But but I agree. I think in the playoffs, the teams with a quarterback, the teams with the experience, and teams with defense tend to have better chances of getting through those challenging games.
Norb, if I can say this, Norb, to give a life 20 for trolls in your chat room. I'm sorry to interrupt, but Marshawn Lynch in the chat room says, I can't stand David keeps bringing up last year.
Wait, you said, I can't stand who? I can't stand who? What do you say?
No, Marshawn Lynch in the chat room, I'm going to grace a troll's presence. He says he can't stand David.
Let me I'll read it. Let me read it because I know some of the audio is a little off. So Marshawn Lynch, Beast Mode in the chat room, of course. I can't stand David. Can you stop bringing up last year's game? I said the same thing. Like, he bringing up that home game of ours. That was 2 games ago, and you won the last one.
$10 for 15 and $20 for 5. It's $20 for 7, 25 for 10, 30 for 15, and 35 for 20 minutes. Super good.
I'm getting some extra noise over there. Anyway, David, go ahead. You want to answer Beast Mode's little thing to you there?
Yeah. I just want to acknowledge Marshawn Lynch. It's what have you done? Last time we played, we beat you, and it's not my fault that the Falcons own Seattle in the playoffs when it matters most, and it's not my fault that Marshawn Lynch couldn't hack it with the Oakland Raiders.
All right, so there you have it. Hey, man, I'm going to sign off here from Las Vegas. Thanks for your call, dude.
Like, are you going to have this also in Philadelphia?
Yes, we are. In fact, we have a rap battle that we're working on.
Call like this also, or are you going to have a Rivals video?
We will. We have a Rivals rap battle that we're going to do, and we're going to do a live chat like this as well. So, yes. Philadelphia will be doing that the week before the December 3rd game. So yes, we're getting a lot of all my favorite fans back reunited here with these huge games coming up. So yeah, so tune in when we do that for sure. Thanks for calling.
Good luck to us on Monday night, and go Hawks.
Yeah, go Hawks. Thanks for the call. Appreciate it. All right, we got one more call. We're gonna get in here. The last call of the evening. This is from the 208. All right, you're on. Last call for the night. Who's this and where are you calling from?
Hello?
Hello, you're on. Who's this?
Ethan.
Hello?
What do you think about Brian Maxwell moving to the Seahawks?
What do I think about Byron Maxwell coming to the Seahawks? Well, I think I called for him to come out. They should pick him up when as soon as Sherman went down. I said, Byron Maxwell looking pretty good right now. And they did. So I'm glad they sort of took my internal advice. He's the best fit, I think, in terms of a guy with experience. He's played in our system for a few years. And, I think he can help this team out. Will it be will they replace Sherman at that level? No. But he might be enough to keep us afloat. And if the rest of the defense can rally around and get pressure on the quarterback, I think that'll make things a little easier for our secondary. So I like the move. I think he was a good pickup. I mean, really no cost, no real expense for us. So it's a good move.
Hey, no risk, and maybe our reward could come out of that.
Yeah, I mean, Miami's paying his $9 million salary or whatever it is. So, they're writing the check. We just get to pick them up on the relative cheap. So, low risk move. So, yeah.
Let me answer this question from a Falcons fan, because he's really trying to get.
Do you ever think Odell will come to the Seahawks?
Say it again? Hold on, David. What was that?
Do you ever think Odell Beckham Jr. will come to the Seahawks?
Odell Beckham Jr. come to the Seahawks? I don't think so. It's always fun to think of these receivers you want to bring in. To me, the receiving core is not the problem. The problem is the offensive line's got to be fixed and running game. So, yeah, I don't see that happening.
No, me neither.
There's a lot of other teams who might have needs a receiver. We're not one of them.
Any other questions?
Anything else, buddy? Hello?
It's his bedtime. I think his mom
It's getting late. I hear a lot of whispering going on over there. All right.
He should be asleep.
Where are you calling from, by the way? Where are you calling from?
Tell David that the Falcons are going to choke.
All right, did you hear that?
That's good, sir.
I bet you never hear that, David.
I hear it every day.
You hear it in the demons of your own mind. Anyway, all right, well, I'm going to sign off here from you. Thanks for calling, and you should probably get to bed, young man.
I think so, too. Good night.
All right, go Hawks. All right, that's we're gonna. Ooh. All right, we're ending the calls. Thank you guys for being part of the conference calls. That was a lot of fun. So David, let's wrap this thing up. What were your final thoughts?
Well, if I can say before the final thought, you have to have some delusional Seahawks fans when they're in the chat room 75-0 and 53-20. What? Okay. And number 3, there's Aqua Karma, the only Falcons fan talking in the chat. He asked me a personal question. Who do I think is better, Beasley or Desmond Trufant? Right now, Vic Beasley, because Desmond Trufant is getting toasted right now. So that's my answer.
I would that one too.
That's just, I mean, Desmond Trufant is a letdown. I don't know if the money got to him. Vic Beasley is at least coming across, I think, a little injury, so it's understandable. And so is Trufant, but Trufant is just getting beat. He's been a lot of penalty for it. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Thank you all for being in the chat.
Was that elevator music? Yeah, it was the conference call hold music. That was elevator music, by the way. Well,
I'll be honest. My final thoughts, Norb, on the game are, like I told you, it's a game that wouldn't surprise me if Atlanta lost, but it wouldn't shock me if we won. Atlanta's going to win this game. We continue to play the defense that we're playing. When we get our offensive play calling correct, and go to Julio Jones and just stretch the ball down. That's how we'll win. We'll lose if we, just have a short field turnovers. My final prediction, honestly, I'll say the way things are going right now. I'm going to be biased, obviously, but I say Falcons 27, Seahawks 22, something like that.
Did you say 27-23?
Yeah, something like that.
All right. Well, I think I said early in the show, I think I said 31-28. The keys are we're not that different. Our teams are not that different from each other. I think our deficiencies are similar. We go as our offenses go. The only wild card here is with the injuries that we suffered Thursday, we don't know what life is like without Richard Sherman. We're about to find out.
Let me ask you this. How do you feel? Because you've seen Sherman play for years. You know better than anybody. You already know what to expect before it's actually happened. How do you really feel?
Well, still, to be honest, I don't know what it looks like because when Sherman is out there, he doesn't get thrown to very much. So we generally have had a side of the field that just doesn't get a lot of attack from quarterbacks. Now, with you guys, it's a little bit different. You guys have attacked it, and it kind of goes, one way or the other. You guys have had deep plays on us occasionally, and we shut it down occasionally. But to have a no Sherman on that side, whether it's Byron Maxwell, Jeremy Lane or whatever, I don't know what it looks like. We're going to find out. And it's been a long time. We've taken for granted what that side of the field looks like with your Sherman in there. And God, please, I hope Earl Thomas is playing, because if he's in the secondary deep, high safety, then I feel a lot better about the situation. But if Thomas isn't in there and Chancellor's not in there and Sherman's not in there, boy, it's hard to imagine. It's like watching a preseason team secondary out there. So I'm hoping at least we got to have at least one member of the LOB. If we have two, I'd be very happy. But with one, it's going to be tough sledding. But, like I said, that's why we got to rely on others.
If Lincoln says inconsistent as Lincoln's playing, it's really hard for me to know what's going to show up. All I hope is that when the game kicks off, we win. We'll either win, Seattle will win, and we'll find out. Because neither of us can really get what we're going to do because both our team has so many uncertainties.
But I think will be the case. I will hope that this is a close game. Either way, I hope it's a close, entertaining game. Blowouts are never fun. So I hope it's back and forth. I hope it's close. I hope it's down to the last minute.
Hey, close games may be okay for you, but I'll settle for a blowout in our favor.
Hey, you know what a blowout feels like for 3.5 quarters. So you shouldn't hope for one, because all you'll be thinking about, No, I want to see a good game. I want to see a good game.
I have to give a final shout out to Arma. Thanks, man. No problem for the shout, sir. You did good representing the Falcons in this vanity of Seattle. Well.
All right. Well, hey, man, we've been going for a record hour 43 on this call. I expected to go about half of that, but we went over time. But who cares? This is our show. Doggone it. So, anyway, I want to thank all of you guys for for those who patiently waited to get the call in, I appreciate that very much. I appreciate all you guys who've been commenting on the chat. You guys can see it's on the video, so your comments will be there for all to see. But special thanks to David, Sports Live in the ATL, SLITA. Go check out his channel, the man known as SLITA. Is that what it is?
Yeah, a new channel, yes, sir.
The man known as SLITA. So check out his Atlanta stuff.
And look for the post-game video. We should have a post-game wrap-up, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
We will do a post-game wrap-up. We've got our bet to settle. And, you know, we've done it before, and we will honor it. So let's see how things go on Monday, and then we'll reconnect afterwards and settle the scores. So it's been fun, man. I'm glad we got to reconnect and do this. And we got callers to even interact. And I will we'll work on getting the quality down. I'm working this out every step as we go, but hopefully each time we'll improve on the technology. But, you know, we're working on it. But it's fun, man.
It's been fun regardless. And one little final, I think. It's always fun.
I know I was flying the Millennium Falcon and everything, but Atlanta sucks. Go Hawks! Hey man, see? Even Chris Osama knows the reality. He knows the truth. He suffered. Suffered the choke bomb, man. You know, you never live that down. Anyway.
It is what it is, man.
It's been fun, man. So we'll talk again after Monday, and we'll see how we're all doing, licking our wounds after I expect a very physical and entertaining game on Monday.
We'll see. We'll see that.
All right, let's get this done. Seahawks, let's go. Seahawks! Go Hawks, baby! All right. Go Hawks, guys. We'll see you guys soon. Let's do this.